'Tis the season of reading as many books as I can before the new year. This is my challenge that I've decided to name 25 books in 31 days. Not 31 and 31 because I am giving myself a little bit of leeway. Here's day 2. Hi guys, this is a pretty informal episode 2, but I figured I should try and keep this as informal as possible, otherwise it's just not going to work. So yeah, what did I read for day 2? Spoiler alert, I did manage to read something on day 2. Go me. I read The Wizard of Oz. So I've never read The Wizard of Oz before, and controversially, I've never watched the film either, or any film. I have watched Wicked, and you're like, which Wicked? I've watched the musical like 4 times, and I've watched the movie, and I can't wait to watch it again. I can't wait for it to be released, like at home, like on streaming platforms, right? Because I loved it. And I loved it so much that for me as a reader, I like to read whatever I'm enjoying elsewhere in my life. And so I was like, do you know what? Let me actually read the Wizard of Oz, especially because I feel like the movie does make certain nods to it, and I feel like if I read it, I'll be able to pick up on some of those hints that it's dropping, beyond like the obvious hints. Obviously, I know the story of the Wizard of Oz just from living in the Western world, specifically. It's, penetrated through. Yeah, and overall, I really enjoyed it. Surprisingly, I was a bit scared at the start that it was going to be a bit too whimsical because it was likened in the introduction to Alice in Wonderland, and I really don't jibe with Alice in Wonderland. Like, Alice in Wonderland is bonkers and not in a good way. Like, it feels like an acid trip, and I don't do drugs, so it's just not for me, Alice in Wonderland. Some people love it, and I respect that for them, but it just doesn't work for me. So when I hear comparisons made between Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz, I'm scared. And considering what I know about it, and I know it's a bit wacky, I was like, oh dear. But here's the difference, and this is why I like this, and what the problem is with Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland is too wacky, nothing is nonsensical, nothing makes sense, right? But at least in The Wizard of Oz, there is some sort of logical sense, even in amongst the absurdity. Like, things are absurd, but there's logic to the absurdity. The best way I can think to talk about this is Seanan McGuire's Every Heart a Doorway series. Hold on. And in this series, she talks about, at some stage, I have no clue when, they talk about the different worlds that the kids can come from. I can't be bothered to like find it for you, but basically kids can go to different worlds and they plot them on an axis, and I think the axis is like logic, absurdity, something and something. Oh my gosh, I really can't think of it, but it would be a perfect metaphor to basically explain the difference between the Alice in Wonderland worlds versus the Wizard of Oz world. But anyway, all in all, I enjoyed it. Okay, so quick interlude into what kind of world is Wicked. I suppose it should really be what kind of world is the Wizard of Oz, but I liked the alliteration of W's in this title, so we're sticking with it. As you can see, I was looking at the concept used in Wayward Children to answer this question, and I managed to find it online in this article. Now we can map every magical world into a multiverse, by Chris Lau. Apologies. But this was a really good article, and it went into depth about the categorization process in Wayward Children for fantastical worlds, but really more portal worlds. And ultimately, they came up with this map. As you can see, the design credit goes to Jamie. Thank you very much, Jamie, because this is a great map. And how this is measured is virtue versus wickedness and nonsense versus logical. It's more of a grid as opposed to a chart. That's the best way to visualize it. And as you can see, there's 6 points going across and 6 points going up or down, and that's where you can place the specific world. So here's it filled out, and this is kind of interesting to me. So there are lots of different portal worlds in the Wayward Children series, which is some of the stuff that is highlighted. For example, Jack and Jill at the bottom, Every Heart a Doorway. That is in the first book that I picked up off of my shelves. Coraline is very logical, but very, very wicked. Maximum wickedness. So all in all, where do I place Oz on this? Now, if we have a look here, I'm actually going to draw this out for us. Right, so as we can currently see, Oz already exists on this map, and it exists in 2 places because the idea is that worlds can move depending on like massive things that happen. So we have Oz when the wizard is in power and Oz post-Wiz. As we can see, it remains a quite nonsensical world throughout, and that is part of what I was trying to get at. I think that it is nonsensical, but at the same time it's not fully nonsensical like Alice in Wonderland here, and I could not stand Alice in Wonderland, right? And I think it was too much nonsense for me, so we can basically cross out this whole entire row because that will just not jibe with me. Where would I personally place Oz? I'll keep Oz with the wizard here. That's fine to me, but I think Oz post wizard probably should go here, in the fact that it's still not the most democratic socialist environment, is it really? It's not the most virtuous. I think a lot of the individuals in Oz are quite virtuous, but the system, the world isn't. And the fact that and I think that can be shown by the ending of Oz. But definitely when the wizard is in power, there's a lot of wickedness, but it's not full wickedness because, as I said, the individuals remain quite kind. Sorry that I've just scribbled all over, but that is basically where I would place the wizard. So how did I consume it? I listened to the audiobook version by Apple Books, which is surprising. I don't really listen to things on Apple Books because it's just more expensive, and there's no ethicalness in it either. So there's like, why would I just give Apple money if it's not even cheaper? Do you know what I mean? Like, doesn't make sense to me. So, but I already had that in my library because it's like a free classic. So I kind of read along with the ebook as well, but mostly just read the audiobook, which was really well produced. There's so many different audiobooks available, obviously, because it's a classic. So there's the rights have expired, meaning that anyone can decide to become a narrator and narrate it if they so wish. But the one that I did listen to was really good. I thought they did a really good production. I was about to say she, but I have no clue who the narrator is. So would recommend. Now, I do recognise that there are more books in the Wizard of Oz series, but I don't plan to read them. Like, one is enough. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to dive that deep into the lore. That's what YouTube is for. I'm going to watch a video essay and they're going to tell me everything else that happens in the other books. And then I'm going to read Wicked. And then I'm going to watch a video essay or Gavin's video where he reads the rest of the whole of the Wicked series. So that's fine by me. Anyway, let's open up. You can't see, but look, I'm wearing my earrings today from yesterday. So let's see. Even though it's costume jewellery, but I don't react to costume jewellery, so I'm fine. Where's day 2? It's actually past midnight now. It's actually like 1 a.m, but oh well. Oh, there's nothing in it. Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate when this happens. Do you know what? I'm gonna open day 3 and hope that day 3's in there and just keep it pushing. Day 3 is a heart. I guess it's a charm. That'd be so cute if we get a charm bracelet. Well, I assume I'm gonna get a charm bracelet because we've just got a gold charm. Why give me a charm if you don't give me a charm bracelet? But whatever day 2 was, can I rescue it? I just hope it wasn't just missing from the calendar. Do you know what I mean? Well, that means tomorrow I'm not going to have any to unwrap for you. Well, oops. Never mind. Sometimes when you go cheap, that's what you get. I'll still have a candle tomorrow, hopefully, if nothing goes wrong. Oh, ta-da. This is the pomegranate and clementine one. I'm going to be honest with you, these candles aren't great, but I am a bit of a bougie candle person. I like a well-made candle. I don't like a cheapy candle. And like this does the job, but I didn't even finish burning the one from yesterday, I don't think. Oh, but they're both in there now, which is quite cute. But yeah, I didn't because I was just like, what's the point? Anyway, guys, that's it. I will see you tomorrow for day 3. See you.